Hey, great day, family. My name is Marcus Williams, and I just wanted to spend some time today just talking about Daisy. Okay. So many of you guys have already probably gotten started with Daisy or maybe looking at getting started with Daisy. Now, with Daisy, it's an incredible platform, allowing your money to grow in the Forex market. All right. Now, this isn't a presentation about Daisy. I just want to spend some time really answering a question that I get that gets asked often. Okay, so I just put this together, and hopefully this helps answer that question that a lot of people have. Okay, now for a presentation of Daisy, you're always welcome to get back to the person who introduced you to Daisy or recommended it to you, and we do have full presentations that truly explain what Daisy is and how it works. Okay, but I'm just going into detail about a little small part. All right, so um, keep that in mind. So today we're going to be talking about some things about Daisy. So decentralized artificial intelligence system. Okay. Now, when you look at the presentation, you'll see that Daisy comprises of two different areas. Okay, you got the trading side, and then you got the crowd funding side. So every time you contribute to Daisy, the contribution is split up between these two. Okay, and generally speaking, 70% of that contribution goes into trading, 30% into the crowd fund. Okay. So the trading is the trading. All right. So a lot of people get started with Daisy because they heard about the trading, they heard about the returns. The returns are absolutely incredible, absolutely wonderful. You can make a lot of money with just the trading side with Daisy. Okay. So today we're going to spend some time really talking about the crowdfunding side. All right. Now, to get started with Daisy, you can get started in tiers, and those tiers go from 1 through 10, and you have to buy them sequentially, so they have to be in order. So you're not able to just jump to tier 5 as an example. You would have to go to tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5. Okay. And then once you are at whatever tier, you can go back in and buy momentum packs, which allows you to buy that tier more than once. Okay, so we're not going to spend a lot. We're not going to spend any time talking about that because that's in the presentation. But what I do want to talk about is these tiers, and today we're going to be talking more so about tier 5, just because I call that the sweet spot in Daisy. So if you're currently in Daisy, you want to do your best to get to at minimum tier 5. And then when you get started, if you're getting started with Daisy, you want to do your best to try to get at tier 5. And this is probably a good point for me to say that I'm putting together this video for education and entertainment purposes. This is not financial advice. I'm not telling you what to do with your money. I'm just going into a little bit depth about a particular portion, as mentioned, the crowdfunding side. All right, so this is how the tiers break down. Okay, so sorry, we're going to start here. So you got tier 1, which is $100, tier 2, which is $200, tier 3, $400, tier 4, $800, tier 5, $1,600. Cumulatively, that's $3,100. Okay, well, 3,100 USDT. All right, that gets you to tier 5. So I'm going to speak specifically to this because you'll see this on the when you contribute. So once you get to tier 5, that individual tier is $1,600. Okay. And out of that 1,600, okay, 30% of that is going to go into the crowd fund. 70% of that is going to go into the trading. So just doing some very quick math, 1,600 times 70%. So that's 1120 in trading. And you'll see this 1120 USDT. And you'll see this growing because of the trading side. But the other 30, the remaining, which is the 30%, which comes out to be 480, goes into the crowd fund. So far, so good. That's 480 USDT. So now, what is crowdfunding? Crowdfunding is what companies use to help raise capital for a particular project. And you could do a crowdfund to any type of project. A lot of a lot of companies use crowdfunding to help raise capital, right? A lot of some movie directors use crowdfunding. So basically, it's just raising capital. Okay. Now, with the expected reward for doing this, what Daisy is doing is they are rewarding its members who participate in the crowdfund with equity in Daisy. Meaning, Daisy has plans to go public or potentially remain private and another company or financial institution purchase them. Or rather, that should be sell. Okay? And they're rewarding you with that with equity in the form of shares. So I'm not going to dig into what all these terminologies mean. I want to try to keep this as basic and clean as possible. Now, what Daisy said in regards to this equity is that they're going to put 5% away for its members. Okay, 5% away for its members. So now, what does this mean, Marcus? It's a lot of stuff up here. How does this part work? Okay. So when you participate in the tiers, every time you make a contribution, your contributions, as we mentioned, get split up between trading and the crowd fund. And for the crowd fund, each contribution affords you a certain amount of tiers. So you start getting shares at tier 3. So you get 5 shares at tier 3, you get 10 shares at tier 4, and you get 25 shares at tier 5. So cumulatively, that's 40 shares. Okay. So now, what Daisy is going to do is based off of what the valuation of Daisy is, what it's potentially worth. Now, if you look at one of the videos put on by Dr. Anna, she explained maybe about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, when Daisy was relatively new, that they received an offer someone offered to purchase Daisy for $2.5 billion. That's what it be. $2.5 billion. Okay. So for let's just project, and Daisy is getting better with this performance, and of course, they're constantly improving and working on things. Okay. So let's just say, for illustration purposes, Daisy has a valuation of $10 billion when they go public or someone decides to purchase them for 10 billion. They're going to keep it that way. Okay. First, they're going to put 5% aside for its members. So that's literally just going 10 billion times the 5%, that gives you $500 million set aside that is going to give to its members. All right. Now, that's based off of the number of shares that's outstanding. Okay. So when I get to this part, I want to explain a couple things here. So number one, I want to explain the fact that when you look into your back office, you'll see that there's several different equity pools. There's a 5% equity pool that's already closed. It ended in July. There's a new 5% equity pool that's going for all of its members. Another 5% equity pool for Pacesetter Gold. And then there's another 2% equity pool for Pacesetter Leaders. Okay. So for the purpose of our illustration here, I'm just going to use the example of the first one that already ended. The concept still applies for all of these though. All right. So now, if you go to your back office and you look at the equity pools, you'll see that the one that ended and it had, let me see here, a little over 3 million shares that were 3 million shares, 3,094,000. Okay. So for the purpose of our example, we're going to say that there's, I'm sorry, 3 million, 3 million shares. I'm gonna put this over here. Okay. So now what we want to do is we want to now take the 500 million. That's what they put aside. Divide that by the 3 million shares to see what each share is worth. When you do the numbers on that, that comes out to be approximately $167 per share in this example. Now, of course, this is my projection. I'm just, arbitrarily, these are not real numbers here. These are estimates, projections, so that you can understand how the crowdfund works. So don't hold Marcus Williams to this number. It could certainly be less, it can certainly be more. Okay? But based off of this valuation, we're looking at about $167 per share. So now, what does that mean? Well, if you're at tier 5, you got 25 shares times the value of that, $167. So 25 shares at $167, that comes out to be $4,175. Okay. So for participating in tier 5, your investment was 1,600. You got 25 shares, assuming that as soon as this happens, and if this happens, you've already more than doubled what went into the crowdfund, right? Just that alone. That's that's amazing, right? So now what's pretty cool here is, remember, to get to tier 5, it's cumulative. So in reality, that's 40 shares at $167 a share, okay? Which comes out to be, let me look at my numbers. Oh, I don't have it. So let's just do it like this. 40 times 167. That's $6,680. Okay, so to get all these shares, your investment was a total of $3,100. and you've doubled this based off these assumptions. All right. Isn't that pretty cool? So now what's interesting about numbers is that if this was a valuation of $20 billion, okay, now you're looking at having, based off of everything in the calculations, you're looking at about $333 per share. And now you're looking at, for tier five, that comes out to be, what's that, 8,300 approximately, 8,325. Cumulatively, though, because that's the number that we want to look at, right? Cumulatively, that comes out to be, I didn't do that calculation, but let's do it now. 40 times 333, that's $13,320. Based off that, assuming that it's $20 billion. What if it's $100 billion? Now all you need to do is start adding zeros to this, right? So you add a zero here, that's 83,000. You add a zero here, that's 66,000. You add a zero here, that's 133,000, ladies and gentlemen. That's what the crowd fund is. So in essence, you're investing. So in essence, your money is growing in so many different ways within Daisy, because you got the trading, you got the crowd fund, and if you choose to um, tell other people about Daisy, there's a referral side that I didn't even talk about, and then there's revenue share and everything, and then each of these pools that you get an opportunity to participate in. Okay. Now here's what you need to know. This closes, ladies and gentlemen, February 21st, 2024. So if I were you, what I would be doing is trying my best to get close to tier five as possible, and or take advantage of your momentum packs. And if you can only get to tier three, buy as many tier threes as possible, right? Or if you can certainly afford it, and it's not going to hurt your household, you want to get to as high as a tier as possible, and then take advantage of your momentum packs. All right. So that's the crowd fund. And I hope that this was very helpful. Certainly, if you have any questions, please feel free to get back to the person that invited you to take a look at this. And you guys enjoy the rest of your year, and you guys have an incredible, amazing 2024. With that, I'm finished. I'm done. I'm out. Peace.